Hi, I'm Melinda Rose.
And I'm Laura Marshall, and this is Light Matters for September 28th, 2011. In this week's 5 Minutes to Enlightenment, movies in the mind are imaged, neutrinos seemingly outrun the speed of light, we share some notable business news, and our publisher gives a live report from the LME show.
Suppose it were possible to transfer from one mind to another the experience of another person.
Hey, there it is.
Any person, any experience.
Missile guidance, that kind of thing?
They're going to be able to plug right into the old noodle.
That was part of the trailer for the 1980 sci-fi classic Brainstorm, in which scientists recorded a person's thoughts and sensations so that others could experience them. While science is decades away from that achievement, it may be on its way thanks to a cutting-edge blend of brain imaging and computer simulation. Using functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, and computational models, scientists at UC Berkeley decoded and reconstructed people's dynamic visual experiences, in this case watching Hollywood movie trailers. Eventually, practical applications of the technology could include a better understanding of stroke victims, coma patients, and others. In the latest experiment, they actually decoded brain signals generated by moving pictures. The work involved feeding 18 million seconds of random YouTube videos into the computer program so that it could predict the brain activity that each clip would likely evoke. The 100 clips that were the most similar to the one the subject saw were merged to produce a blurry, continuous reconstruction of the original movie.
Wow, I've had an MRI, and that does not sound like the best way to spend a Saturday. How did they find anybody to do this experiment?
Well, in fact, the researchers themselves had to volunteer for the experiment because it required them to lie still inside the MRI scanner for hours at a time.
Even with YouTube, that would be pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Well, can neutrinos, subatomic particles with almost no mass, actually move faster than the speed of light? That's the question dozens of particle physicists will try to answer after the results of a study in Europe implied that it could be true. Over 100 years ago, Einstein stated in his special relativity theory that nothing could exceed the speed of light in a vacuum. But last week, physicists involved with the OPERA experiment said they may have observed that in neutrinos. OPERA involves sending a beam of neutrinos from the particle accelerator CERN in Geneva, about 450 miles away, to Gran Sasso Laboratory in Italy. The result appears to indicate that the neutrinos travel at a velocity 20 parts per million above the speed of light. The researchers are welcoming broader scrutiny of their results.
United Technologies Corporation says it will buy Goodrich Corp in a deal worth $18.4 billion. Under the deal, Goodrich CEO Marshall Larsen will become chairman and CEO of a combined UTC Aerospace Systems business unit based in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hartford, Connecticut-based UTC's brands include Pratt & Whitney, Sikorsky, Carrier, Hamilton Sundstrand, and Otis. In a conference call with investors about the deal, UTC chairman and CEO Louis Chenevert said he is bullish on aerospace and the sector is poised for an upswing.
The two top executives at defunct solar panel maker Solyndra refused to testify last week at a House subcommittee hearing. The hearing was part of an investigation into Solyndra's bankruptcy filing this month after receiving a guaranteed government loan of nearly $500 million just 2 years ago. The Fremont, California-based company owes shot glass more than $7 million and has numerous other creditors in the photonics industry. A U.S. bankruptcy judge in Delaware approved the plan for an October 27th auction of the business, citing the support for the plan by the Department of Energy. She also directed the company to attend the Solar Power International trade show next month to find a buyer.
Group publisher Karen Newman is at LIA's inaugural Lasers in Manufacturing event in Chicago and joins us live. The mission of the show is to provide a one-stop event for companies interested in integrating laser technology into their production. Karen, I know there were some presentations today about lasers and additive manufacturing. What have you learned?
That's right, Melinda. I heard two really interesting presentations. The first was by Todd Ruxtra, who's a GE aviation engineer, and he said that laser additive manufacturing is one key technology to add sustainability to the manufacturing process. He says it reduces raw material input and improves GE's ability to reuse and recycle aerospace alloys. It was really interesting. And in another keynote, Bill O'Neill from the University of Cambridge spoke on the impact of laser technologies. He said additive manufacturing is bringing manufacturing closer to its point of use, and added that there were no companies representing additive manufacturing on the show floor today. He seemed a little disappointed about that.
And tomorrow you're going to be speaking with Peter Baker, who's the president of LIA?
Yes, I'm going to speak with Peter Baker. He's going to tell me a little bit about the show and the organization and his plans for the future. I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thanks.
Well, that's it for this edition of Light Matters.
We'd love to hear from you. Please send your comments or questions or suggestions about the show to lightmatters@photonics.com. You can also follow Photonics Media on Facebook and Twitter.
Thanks for watching, and remember, it's only 5 minutes to enlightenment.
Well, light matters because one of the things we're doing right now is working with the NASA Goddard facility in Baltimore, Maryland. And they have an initiative called Can You See It Now? What they want to do is take their portfolio of wavefront sensing technologies, which are basically used in any application where you want to clarify an image, where maybe Mother Nature has interfered with it, like atmosphere turbulence, or if you're looking at a cell in a living organism, the movement of the cell interferes, or even with my eyes, for example. Wavefront sensing used to give me a better sense, a better type of eyeglass so I could see more clearly at night. All of these technologies were developed for the James Webb Space Telescope, and they want to make them all available to private industry in the United States now. They actually have a campaign, Can You See It Now?, to transfer their technology to any firm that can show a reasonable way they can incorporate it to build a better product or provide a better service to the American public. Okay, and they're going to have an industry day October 25th to show off their facilities, and they're interested in all kinds of opportunities and proposals. It will be helping them get this message out to the photonics industry between now and then. Thank you very much.